All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight, whether you're watching it live or you're watching this as a replay. My name is Lisa Stein, and the title of this is Why We Thrive. And I like to invite different people that have been thriving, whether it's for a little while or for a long time, just to truly share their personal experience. So that's probably why you're watching this, is just to find out and listen and hear more. So to tell you a little bit about what Thrive is, it's 3 simple steps. First thing in the morning, you're done for the day. It is men or women capsules, and you can start off, you take 1 to 2 capsules. There's 2 capsules in a packet. First thing in the morning on an empty stomach before your feet ever hit the floor. Some people try to change that around a little bit, but it truly makes a huge difference to take it before your feet ever hit the floor. Step 2 is this yummy shake mix. It's a lifestyle mix, and it is loaded with prebiotics, probiotics, antioxidants, all kinds of vitamins and goodness. And it's really the way that all of this works together is the absorption that your body takes it in. The capsules, then the shake mixes in. This is drank about 20 to 30 minutes later. Some people actually drink about half of this, and some people drink a whole shake. It just depends on what your personal goals are. And then last but not least is our little sticker. It's our DermaFusion technology. I've got too much light and glare on there. And you can see the back, see the little speckles on there. There's actually a layer of foam that is on this sticker that when it's placed on your skin, which our skin is our largest organ, goes through our blood system, and it immediately is absorbed. So throughout the day, it's a time release. So it's not one or the other, it's all 3 of these steps that make such a big difference. So joining me tonight is Rick and Lisa Martin. And what part of Florida are you guys from?
Central Florida.
Central Florida. So it's nice and warm there, I'm guessing.
It's all right.
She's like, it was like I was out at a softball field. Forgive my ball cap. I love my ball cap because it was keeping me warm. It was a rainy, probably high 40s here in Tennessee. So watching my little girl play softball. So, and you guys can just kind of share along as you want to. First, obviously, I introduced who you are, where you're from, and just tell us a little bit about each of you and what you do.
I'm a native Floridian. That's why I don't like cold. Grandmother, wife to Rick. I don't work. I stay home and take care of a 14-month-old. Wait a minute. I do work. I take care of a 14-month-old all day long.
That is a lot of work, sister. I'm glad you corrected yourself because you do work. You may be at home, but you're working. Hey, Rick, what about you?
I work for an IT company where I repair IT equipment out in the field. I also have a computer business that I run, and so they both keep me busy. And that's one of the reasons why I'm thriving, because I need the energy every day to keep going and complete everything I need to do.
Absolutely, absolutely. I remember when you first started your journey and some of the benefits that you were sharing with us. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted you on here today to share. So I think you heard about Thrive through a person, but then you ended up kind of doing your own research and you found Jerry Grunman, which is actually in New York. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And after reaching out and connecting with him, were you skeptical about some of the things that he was telling you about? Was it kind of too good to be true, or what were your thoughts at that point?
I was thinking that it was maybe too good to be true, that a person could feel this good over 3 simple steps. And but after I started, and I didn't do a sample pack, I went right in. I dived right in and ordered. And right after I started, I felt it the first day. I mean, I had energy. It just kept me going the rest of the day. I used to do energy drinks. I used to do iced coffee. And I would still get tired at 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. where I was just like, I don't know how I'm going to complete the day. And almost, well, it was immediate. It was the thrive. The first day, I had the energy, and it was incredible. I just couldn't believe how much energy and how much of an even killed type energy it had for the whole day.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that you were confident enough and you just thought, "Hey, why not?" And you took that leap of faith and you jumped right in and ordered, because if you're going to do it, you might as well do it, right? And then loving how simple it is. I always tell people I get to start my morning with dessert. Lisa, what did you think about those steps whenever Rick started telling you about what he was doing and what it was doing for him?
Well, I was sitting beside him listening to all the videos that he continuously were listening to and going through and stuff. And he's like, "Well, why don't you watch?" I'm like, "I'm watching." He's like, "What are you watching?" I said, "I'm watching." So I watched him for a month to see what the changes were. And he kept saying, "Why don't you try this?" I'm like, "No, I'm not ready." So I waited about a month to see the changes in him. And then I said, "All right." So, but I started on a half dose. I took one pill, half of shake. And then it took me a while before I used the patch um, because I wasn't sure with having a latex problem. So I was a little iffy. So, but I did after about a week, I think it was, I started using the patch and I'm like, wonderful. So then we ordered mine. And so I noticed a difference as soon as I started wearing the patch the first day. And how
Awesome.
I noticed this was every day at 3 o'clock, I would be rocking the grandson to take his nap and I was falling asleep with him. First day, I didn't fall asleep anymore.
That's
I was
awesome.
awake and I'm like, oh, I get an hour to go do what I need to do because I didn't fall asleep.
Good for you. I love that. I love that you're like, nope, nope, nope. You're my guinea pig. I'm watching you. But then whenever you continue to see him benefit and the things that he was going through. And I also love the fact that you were cautious with that DFT, because I didn't know that. I didn't know that you had a sensitivity to latex, but with it, you're not having any issues.
No.
Fantastic. And I think that is such a perfect story that you're telling right there. Is it really, because some people are like, well, I'll just do the capsules. Can I just do the capsules? Sure, you can, and you're going to get a third of the benefits. Or I just want to do the shakes. Or can I just do the little sticker? But you're not giving yourself that whole benefit. So, what was it as a wife? What were you hearing and watching Rick come home and say that you were leaning more towards every day trying it out for yourself and using your own experience?
Well, one, he's a senior tech. He's on the road all day. He's stuck into these stores repairing stuff. So he was always coming home so aggravated, so tired that I could barely get dinner started and done before he was falling asleep in his chair. I noticed after a day or two that he was walking in the door. He was ready to wait. He's like, "I'm hungry, but okay, I'll wait for a few more minutes. No problem." He'd sit down in the chair. He'd play with the baby. And his attitude, he wasn't so irate, like trying to bite the head off of somebody because he was just so tense from the whole day. It did level him out immediate.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And Rick, what about you? What was it? How did you feel whenever Lisa was like, what did she say? Was she just finally like, okay, I'm ready?
I didn't know all that. I thought I was always a sweetie, but yeah, I felt the difference too, and I felt like I had more patience. I felt like I just wasn't so tired, And when you get tired, you get cranky, and it just seemed like when you got home, instead of wanting to take a nap or whatever, I was looking for things to do, the things that I needed to do around the house and things like that. So yeah, it made a big difference on my attitude for sure.
I love it. I love it so much. And share today, because that was one of the things that I posted about you guys, because Lisa, you had made the statement that you're doing more things and you're plugged in with your grandbabies. Share with everyone what you guys went and did today.
Oh, me.
Yes.
My 8-year-old granddaughter approached me a couple weeks ago and says, "Grandma, you got to take me to the birthday party." And I'm like, "What birthday party?" "The triplets birthday party." And I'm like, "Okay." So I take her to the triplets birthday party, and there was 7 to 8-year-olds and about 50 children there. They had a horse, a bounce house, a trampoline, a lots of cake, and lots of candy.
So these kids are bouncing off the walls, but you know what? You're still smiling. You're still awake. You're still here. You know, you should have probably been passing out business cards while you were at that birthday party.
If I had, I would have.
And I love it. I love it. Well, I love the fact that you guys are experiencing and feeling so much. I mean, and I was one of those that felt it within that first day. I know some people, it may take a little bit longer. That's why we do call it the 8-week experience, because it can take up to 8 weeks to truly fill your nutritional gaps with all of this natural goodness that's going in. What's something that you would say to your non-thriving self? Because Lisa, again, you watched for a month. What would you, if someone's watching your friend, and I know you're already thriving and helping your friends and coworkers and family and different people, what is it that you would tell yourself to just, experience it for yourself? What are your words of encouragement?
You want more energy? Get to it.
Get to it. I love it. What about you, Rick?
I would say it's time to get off the fence and really let this play a part in your life, because it makes a huge difference in the way you feel and the way you
Awesome.
think and how tired you are. It just, yesterday we went to Naples
Mhm.
and it was a 4-hour drive. And then we were there for about 4 hours and then a 4-hour drive back.
We got home at 9.
Got home at 9. So we're driving along and we're 2 hours into coming home. This is after the drive down, the meeting, and we actually had dinner, which makes you tired. And I looked at Lisa and I said, "Are you tired?" And she said,
No.
"No, not at all." She said, "I actually feel pretty good." And I said, "This is so unusual. As many road trips as we've taken, we're always by 4 or 5 o'clock ready we're done. We're ready to stop and it's time to go to bed or get a hotel or whatever." And we were just, neither one of us was tired.
We were up till 11:30 last night.
I love it. And then partying with some 7 and 8-year-olds all day. I love it.
My
I
son
love
and
it.
my daughter-in-law owe me big time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Hey, you're earning those, right? You're earning those little favors. And I complimented your vision board and your dream board that I see behind you. And I see trips and I see love and I see cars and I see words of encouragement and different goals. And so I do want to share that Rick is a promoter, and the only difference that means from being a customer is that there are incentives to where we get discounted product prices all the time. There are special promoter specials that are announced throughout the month all of the time. There's also incentives with that airplane. We earn trips. We can earn auto bonuses. We can earn lots of different things. So what was it that made you decide to jump in as a promoter, Rick?
Well, I was watching Jerry for probably about a month or so, and he's posting these, part of trips and different things. And I'm like, this guy's having a good time, and he's about my age, and I'm working all the time, and I was looking for another opportunity to make some money, and that's when I got a hold of Jerry and we started talking. I said, you look like you're having a lot more fun than me, so and that's how I ended up getting in. we talked about the promoter position. We talked about some of the benefits of being a promoter, and it was what I wanted to do. So
I
I
love
got
it.
in right away.
Fantastic. Well, and as a business opportunity, not just as the product and what it does for us personally, but it truly as a business opportunity, there's zero investment. You know, I mean, you can obviously you want to use the product to be a product of the product, but to be able to start your own business, usually that takes thousands of dollars, right? If we're talking about a brick and mortar business somewhere, as well as time. And this is something that I know that you guys do things together, because I know you guys are both on and having conversations and things with friends and family members. And that's the other thing. It's just being able to impact others' lives in such a positive way and to be able to be rewarded. And we love it. We absolutely love it. Well, I would always like to keep these short and sweet. We're at about 17 minutes right now. Again, if you are watching this as a recording because someone has shared it with you, I want everyone that is watching this just to think about it. Who do you know that is exhausted? Who do you know that is achy? Who do you know that may need to lose a little bit of weight? Who do you know, just like Lisa and Rick were just saying, that, you know, maybe grandparents that are plugging in with their grandchildren? Maybe it's on a regular, consistent basis. There's a lot of grandparents that are actually raising their grandchildren, right? Who do you know? Because Thrive will give them that boost. They will give them that, you know, that the all natural, raw, real ingredients that will fill those nutritional gaps so that they're able to perform much better and much, much longer, as they were saying with their patients. Reach out to those exhausted people. Ask them if they've ever heard of Thrive, and allow us to help them on their journey. We've always got specials just for joining into this. If you message me or you message anyone that's on here that has invited you and you say, hey, I watched that, what's that special you were talking about? You just let us know, because we would love to help you get started. And again, reach out to the person that has invited you to watch this or listen to this, and let them know that, you know, whether it's a sample or like Rick, I was like you, I jumped in, I was ready to roll. And that's what makes a big difference. So I want to thank you guys again for sharing your story and just always being such a beautiful product of the product.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. And thank you guys for all hopping on with us tonight. Have a great night.